Aaron Antis on today's show. We're interviewing Mayor Craig Thurmond and Broken Arrow's Vice Mayor Scott Eudey.
Good men.
And on today's show, we're talking about how Mayor Craig Thurmond has been able to lead Broken Arrow to consistent growth. ShawHomes.com is building a lot of houses in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma.
We love it.
Would you say that Broken Arrow is a booming economy, my friend?
It is a booming economy.
Well, we're going to break down the booming economy of Broken Arrow with Mayor Craig Thurmond on today's edition of the Thrive Time Show. Doctor, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Doctor.
DJ.
You know, a lot of times on the show, inside the studio, we bring in people who are in leadership positions.
Yes.
And who have earned their way. We try not to have anybody on the show who has not earned their way into a leadership position. And so on today's show, we have brought the mayor of Broken Arrow back into the studio here. Mayor Craig Thurmond, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great, Clay. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. It's 2020. The month now is
Still.
November.
Right.
And the growth of Broken Arrow, what's the year-over-year growth sales tax right now, this November versus last November, approximately?
Well, I'm not sure we're supposed to have gotten a check on Friday, but I do think I know our last check that we got last month was about 20%.
20% up. Okay, so I'm going to give you a mega point for that, and I'm going to give you a round of applause. Not a square, but a round.
A round. I think it's appropriate.
Not
I think it's
square.
appropriate.
It's
I think it's appropriate.
You see what I did there, Z?
I did.
Okay.
I did see.
So now, Mayor Craig, you brought somebody with you on today's show. Who did you bring with you, sir?
I brought Scott Eudey. He's the vice mayor of Broken Arrow, and he's also has a law practice in Broken Arrow on Main Street.
Scott Eudey?
Yes.
Scott Eudey. How do you
Scott, let's
spell
go sue
Scott
somebody
Eudey?
right now. Let's go sue somebody.
Well, I can come up with any number. of
There we
people
go. Oh,
we can sue.
perfect.
Scott,
I
how do
love
you
it.
spell Eudey?
E-U-D-E-Y.
So we have the vice mayor and the mayor here, and see,
Wow.
I have two
dream team.
I have two tough questions I want to ask of
Oh,
Vice
why'd
Mayor
you start
Scott.
off like that? Why don't you
And then
something? Okay, ease into it. Ease into it.
We do a weekly
just
check-ins with
gotta
Mayor
put
Craig.
me
We do
in
about
the-
5 to 10 minutes.
I
They come in
know.
fast. I just
I
want to.
know.
I'll throw some tough questions, and you can line up.
Give him a.
So, Mayor Craig, what exactly is your working relationship with Vice Mayor Scott? Do you guys interface on a daily basis? Is this something you see each other often, or how does that work?
Do you guys Indian leg wrestle on a daily basis?
No, we've never Indian leg wrestled.
Oh,
but,
that's unfortunate.
But we don't see each other on a daily basis, but we do interact quite often. And, of course, every council meeting, and I talk to Scott quite a bit, and the two of us agree on many things.
But what does the relationship look like? I mean, what do you have? How does that relationship look like? What do you two do together? I mean, how does that? I don't think a lot of people understand how a vice mayor and mayor work together.
Well, we agree on many things, so we talk about.
I
a
basically
lot
wait around for Craig to die, and then
Yeah.
I get to be
Wow, took a dark turn.
Dun dun dun.
Yes.
Wow.
So you guys aren't on the same ticket then? I mean, it's not like the president and vice
no,
president. It's
no,
kind of like okay.
no.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
We all run individually on council and get elected to city council, and then the council elects the mayor and the vice mayor. So
Interesting, really. That's how it works in Broken Arrow.
That's how it works. Yes.
That's kind of cool.
So, Vice Mayor,
And then in Broken Arrow, is it a heavy format, or is your vote count the same as all the other council people?
My vote counts the same as everyone else. We're
And how many counts? How many?
Five of us.
Yeah.
5 of us, and I'm one of 5.
Right.
And I chair the meetings as the mayor.
So do you have to like strong arm some of them? Do you have to? Do you have to do? I tell you what, you're the 4 people on the cabinet here. I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse.
I think I know how you're gonna vote. If you know what I mean.
If you know what I mean, I know.
There's concrete shoes. I mean, on today's agenda, I want to talk about some things.
So,
No.
so is there some kind of
Not really. I mean, everyone just votes how they feel, and if people vote against us, they vote against us.
Yeah,
And if it comes out a 3-2 vote, it comes out a 3-2 vote,
sure.
and it passes. So
Yeah.
So let's talk about this now. Scott, you've worked as vice mayor. You've worked with Mayor Craig Thurmond for a while now.
Yep.
And when's this next election coming up? It's April.
April 6th, 2021.
And see, I don't know when people are going to hear the show. I don't know. You know,
I
they
don't
might, but when they hear it, I mean, tell us what it's like working with Mayor Craig, and do you recommend this guy get back in office again? Tell us about what it's like working with him, and if you would recommend him or not.
Well, sure. No, of course I'd recommend Craig. He's done a great job. Working with him is great. He gets the job done. I don't think people understand how much time it takes to be mayor, and it's all volunteer. I mean, he's not getting paid for it. He's out there doing.
When you say not getting paid, what do you mean by that?
What I mean is the entire city council serves as a volunteer. and the mayor does probably 3 times the work as the rest of the council, and gets paid the same as the rest of the council. 0.
So the term "show me the money" means nothing
Nothing.
to the leaders of Broken Arrow.
No. We do get $80 a month as a kind
Oh,
stipend.
now you're showing
yes,
off.
as a
Now
kind
you're bragging.
stipend for our cell phone. Yes, it makes me feel good. You know.
Now you're just bragging.
I know.
Oh
I know,
my
I do.
God, I want that gig.
Yeah, well,
Oh yeah.
So you've consistently, Mayor Craig, led Broken Arrow to prosperity. I mean, every year the city grows, good things have happened. Are you responsible for all of it? No, but I feel like you've set up a good environment for people to do business. How long have you been mayor, sir?
I've been mayor. This is my 9th year, and I've been on the council 19 years.
Would it be accurate to say that Broken Arrow is growing?
It is growing. It's growing every year.
Now, see, I have a family who have
Apparently,
who live
I
in.
mean-
This just in from our home office. I have family in Seattle where it's not going good there. Things are not growing.
Oh, shocker.
Well, I mean, when you have Antifa
the-
hanging out in
I
the
think
parking lot and things
oh,
are
yeah.
burning and looting, and that's typically
It's
sales
mostly
goes
it's
down.
mostly peaceful. Come on, stop
when
it.
when the building is being looted,
Yeah.
and the building itself is burning, the sales will go down.
Repartations or whatever.
Yeah. So I mean, he set a safe. You've created a safe environment. Vice Mayor, I want to ask you this: what is a mayor? What's a mayor's role in keeping Broken Arrow safe, a safe place for families?
Well, the mayor of Broken Arrow is the leader of the council in the sense that the council has elected him to set the tone. He's the primary spokesman for the council, and so when he speaks, he's speaking for the council. We've elected him to do that. So I think any positive development in the community is as a result of the leadership on the council.
What are you running against ultimately, Mayor Craig? Are you running against Darth Vader? Are you running against an Antifa candidate? I mean, who are you running against?
Are you in fact a fascist? I think that's
That
where
would
we
be the
just start.
question,
That's
yes.
we're probably gonna start.
Well, I'm not a fascist, and
Oh, okay. Woo, that was close.
I don't really until sign up. We don't really know exactly who our opponent is. We've heard rumors of different opponents, but we don't know who they are. No one knows until the sign up next year. So
let me get this straight. There's 5 districts in Broken Arrow.
right,
Okay.
four and one at large.
One at large.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to get my head wrapped around it. So the 4 districts elect someone to be in the city council.
Well, you're elected at large. You run nonpartisan and you run at large.
So everybody can vote for
votes.
everybody.
So all 115,000 citizens.
Oh,
can
okay,
vote.
okay.
We
now
just
we're
have
getting
to
there.
live in the
Gotcha.
geographic confines of the
Gotcha.
ward.
So there's some district that has 2 huckleberries, right?
Well, there's 2. Whoever's at large can live in someone else's district.
Right, that's what I'm
yes,
saying.
yeah,
So
yeah.
some district has
Right,
2.
right.
Okay. And then when the 5 are elected,
5 carry the 2.
right,
Only
5
one,
carry
you
the
bring
2,
zero,
ought
middle
not from
areas,
what
but
and you
but
carry over.
A
lot of
Then
pressure.
those 5
You got to rise above it.
73 to 4. You want to
for
the 3 and the 7.
to do the math. So then those 5 get together in a closed, sequestered space. Probably go to some place like Switzerland or it's neutral. And the 5 of you then vote on who the mayor's going to be. Is that
Well,
correct?
Actually, that is correct, but we can't do anything that's not. Anytime we have 3 people gather together, we've got to declare that a meeting, an open meeting. So, open meeting law, people get to see. So, people are there when
If they want to come to Switzerland, they can see. They can say,
Right,
no, I'm teasing.
right.
So
Wherever we're at.
So you call a meeting,
Right.
and the 5 of you guys get together and say, okay.
Right.
Right.
And whoever gets 3 votes is the winner.
Right.
That's correct.
Right.
Wow. So you just need 2 more huckleberries, and then you're in, right? So
Vice Mayor,
that's what I'm saying.
as we wrap up today's show, I want to
love
ask
this.
you.
I love the politics of it because it's kind of fun to know.
It's
You
like
know,
Game of Thrones in here.
So were you an at-large, or were you the guy that got
No,
elected from
I'm
your
in
district?
Ward 2. I'm in Ward 2.
Yeah.
We have 1 at-large member. I'm in Ward 2. But the fact that we're all elected at large means that things don't happen for your ward; they happen for the whole city.
Right.
So you do what's best for your city, not what's best for your
So
area.
it doesn't really matter what ward you live
Right,
in.
it doesn't matter.
So
It's
they
as long as you
everybody
live in Broken
checks
Arrow.
down 5 guys
Right.
or women or people.
Right. And,
They check out 5,
and
and
there's
that's
2 and 3. We alternate every 2 years. There'll be 2 when my election, and then there'll be 3 when Scott runs again. There'll be 3 people that run. So they alternate every 2 years.
and
3
how
and
often
2.
is that cycle?
Every 2 years,
Okay.
you're elected for 4 years, but every 2 years, someone is elected.
Right. So okay,
And the
but,
mayor and vice mayor are
it's
elected
4
every
years though. So okay,
Yeah, the mayor and vice mayor are elected every 2 years. Every time there's an election.
that's super cool. Well, I'm telling you what, as an outsider, I live in Tulsa, but looking at Broken Arrow, I see a lot of great things going on. I see a lot of businesses coming in. It seems like you guys are a very business friendly city. Address that for a second.
Well, I think it's very important. I mean, the two things that I ran on and still believe is that number one, charge of government is public safety, no matter what level, whether federal, state,
Yeah.
or local.
Law and order.
And number two is business friendly, being business friendly. That's very important. We've got to be friendly to businesses and try to bring them into our community and try to remove some of that red tape that so many businesses have in other communities.
And how do you do that? How do you remove the red tape? How do you become business
Well,
friendly?
when you see it, you rip it off. You say, "Get this tape get it off of that.
Off.
Take it out."
How do you become business friendly?
Well, I
What
think
have you done specifically to do that?
You've got to streamline the process and
Yeah.
you make it where it's easy for people to get permits and for them to
Right.
do business in Broken Arrow.
And that's important, yeah.
That's very important.
How long have you been mayor there, Mayor Craig?
9 years as the mayor and 19 years on the council.
Now, I got to tell you this real quick here, and then I'll ask Vice Mayor the same question. I was trying to interview other Broken Arrow residents to ask them what it's like. And how many years have you been mayor?
9.
And I was asking people, well, how long do you think he's been mayor? You know, what's it been like?
Right.
And one gentleman, I was able to interview him, and we'll get Vice Mayor's take on this. What's
Right.
it felt like to
What
have
does it feel
Mayor
like?
Craig
Yeah.
be the mayor for 9 years? This is what he said. Let me cue it up here. Let me just.
I know we've only known each other for 4 weeks and 3 days, but to me, it seems like 9 weeks and 5 days.
Wow.
First day seemed like a week,
Mm.
and the second day
Yeah.
seemed like 5 days,
Wow.
and the third day seemed like a week again,
Mm.
and the fourth day seemed like 8 days.
This was an Eastern Broken Arrow
Fifth
resident.
day, you went to see your mother.
It makes
He
sense.
left the
That
voicemail.
seemed just like a day. But then you came back, and then later, on the 6th day in the evening, when we saw each other,
I just
started seeing
and see. I mean, it went on for hours.
It went on for
It was
a
really
long
riveting
time.
stuff.
Riveting.
So, Vice Mayor, what's it like serving with Mayor Craig Thurmond? I mean, what's it like?
Oh, it's great. I mean, we get along very well. We really actually do listen to each other, and we have to have open meetings. There can't be more than 2 of us talk about a topic. So when we go to these meetings, you're hearing sometimes for the very first time, and Craig offers insight. He leads the meetings well, and him being mayor is, I mean, it's a good fit.
So you can.
Is it true, Vice Mayor,
Is it true?
that when you disagree, they put you in a cage and you guys just fight it out?
Fight
It gets it's brutal. It's brutal.
Is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I've never been there, but that's the word on the street.
I disagree.
It's weird. The Vice Mayor will bring a megaphone to the meetings.
Put it because he's in shape.
But
He
hey,
seems salty.
we're both black belts in Taekwondo, so we.
Are you
can
That's
serious?
what that's what I'm saying. So I mean, the other 3 have no shot.
It's
That's
a
right.
little.
Right.
It's a little out of hand.
It's going to be.
When you watch the closed circuit television, you know, it's like a C-SPAN kind of thing.
Yeah.
When you see the Vice Mayor turn to the mayor with a megaphone, it's a little off-putting when there's just 2 people in a room and
Right.
he's saying,
I disagree. I disagree.
Well, the good
It's
thing
just
about
a
having
little
only
bit.
2 in the room, it has to be open. They could just cage fight all they want, and then send in the other 3. Now we got to have the crowd in.
folks, we're going to be asking Mayor Craig this year to see if he'll be willing to put it on the. What do you, when you want to spend some extra money, you have to put it on the docket. Do you put it on the agenda? What do you do, Mayor Craig? If you want to spend an extra $47 on a megaphone so you could have a fair fight, what would you need to do to get that approved?
I think it'd have to be on the agenda, and the council would have to vote on it.
I want to put that on the agenda.
I want to put that on the agenda.
2021
Oh,
right there. Get Mayor
2021.
Craig a
Make some notes.
Thurmond a megaphone. Let
I think
him
you-
fight fair.
You know what? If it doesn't pass, let's cut it 50-50.
It's the
Buy
Thunder
one.
Power Thun-250 series is the actual brand
Yeah.
that gets
Of
the
course,
high
everybody knows-
quality.
everybody knows that.
It has a lot of
You
different
can tell
features.
by the way you use it.
You can do that too.
Oh, that's annoying.
A lot of times, Mayor
that's-
Craig will try to
please don't do
interject,
that
and
again.
he'll say, "Vice Mayor, I want to point out something," and then Vice Mayor will look at him and go,
No, that's,
"Zip, zip, zip, zip."
that's a no-fly zone.
That's a
no.
no. It's
That's a
catching
no.
on. The kids love it.
Yeah, well, they
Kids
do,
love
but
it.
they're kids.
All right. So, Z,
So-
what's your final question there, sir?
So, Mayor Craig, what's your final thing you want to tell to the city of Broken Arrow? I mean, encouraging, edifying. I mean, give us a state of the union and your answer.
Well, the State of the Union or State of the City is really good. I mean, things are really going well here.
Yep.
We are one of the safest cities in the country. Quality of life is great. It's really a good place to be. So, we encourage everyone that doesn't live here to be here because it's really a great place to be. But I would ask for everyone's vote on April 6th of 2021 because I want to finish what I've started. And our next big thing is really something that we're really planning on doing that's really good. So I really would like to continue to doing what I've been doing.
See, I don't want to oversell it. I can just say that Broken Arrow, we have 5 kids. And here we love Broken Arrow, and I don't want to oversell the safety, but it does feel safer than downtown Portland when you're in Broken Arrow.
Yes, it does.
It feels safer.
It does.
I don't want to exaggerate, but it feels safer than being at an Antifa rally.
If you were in Portland, there'd be like 12 guys out in front of your gate.
zone.
Now there's only 2. No, it is
It's great.
It is a very I would call Broken Arrow of the cities I know and are intimate with. That it's probably the most family friendly city.
Agreed.
I mean, they really emphasize that. The law and order is. I learned early on in my teenage years, you do not speed.
You and drag race.
You do not speed.
Get through
in the
downtown
city of Broken
Arrow.
Arrow.
They'll get you.
They'll get. They'll get you.
Pull you over.
They'll get you.
Yeah.
But I think that's good. I mean, I think having law and order, having a safe place to raise your family, and then having a diverse and a wonderful economy.
Yep.
You brought so many things into this city.
He's doing a great job.
Bass Pro Shop for one, and then all the other things. I told you we actually changed our Christmas party to have it in Broken Arrow this year at with the Stone Creek Hotel Complex.
Turns out when you're open, more people want to buy from the businesses that are open.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, I'm just write that down.
That's crazy. Now you're talking crazy talk. But I appreciate you and your leadership and what you've done to the city. They call it a suburb, but anymore you're the leader in this region. So
absolutely
appreciate you in every way. And I hope April 6th, 2021, unless I move into here, which
could happen.
Could happen.
What's your web address there, Mayor Craig?
It's MayorCraigThurmond.com.
MayorCraigThurmond.com. MayorCraigThurmond.com. Make sure you check out his website. Make sure you get out there and vote. And Z, we like to end the show with a boom. Are you prepared?
Yes, I am.
Prepared.
I am prepared.
Like before the pairing, you're
I'm ready.
Before that, you're ready.
I'm ready.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, boom.